I suspect you have a sharp eye.
Hello, witches, wizards, and muggles. We are back again, yet again, with some more Harry Potter. Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy. I am back with some Hogwarts Legacy people. Today, we've been doing a little bit of everything, continuing on with some side quests and exploration. So, last video, I ended up letting you guys know that I ended up finishing the game. I ended up recording everything, but I am sad to inform you that that is not the case. So, I ended up live streaming a couple days before I ended up beating the game. So, I had my graphics card or game capture video capturing that specific game. So, I never ended up switching it back to Hogwarts Legacy when I was playing. So, my game capture device didn't actually capture any of the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. So, that was an issue that was a personal error, and I'm sorry, but I won't be showing the ending of this gameplay. But in the near future, I'm gonna be playing as Jenny Potter. So I'll be trying to record the whole gameplay through that. Trying to get a little bit more of the 100% again. I know where things are now. With the different strategies that I know, and possibly maybe doing a little bit of a speed run in a sense. So we'll see. But I'll still end up doing a review based upon the information that I have on this gameplay. So that is something I will do. I just won't be able to show the ending and the final boss fight. So I'm sorry to let you know. This, like I said, the series will be cut short. But just so you know, more series will come in the near future. So thanks for enjoying the content. Again, I'm sorry, but I hope to bring better and more enjoyable content in the future. So stick around, enjoy, and let's get on with the show.
Afraid to take a hit,
Damn you!
I'm out first. The lamb returns to the wolf.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Your poaching days are over. Alohomora. Reparo. Here. Leviosa. Revelio. Ha. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
Exciting news to share.
So just some tips and tricks. Eventually you'll play through the storyline and get access to the Room of Requirements, where you'll have access to the Desk of Description. You'll continue pretty much questing in the Room of Requirements whenever it pops up. There'll be another opportunity to rescue some beasts, which will then pretty much grant you access to the Bavariums. Once you have access to Bavariums, you can capture more beasts and pretty much feed and take care of them in order to get some gear or upgrade material for gear. Once you end up collecting that gear or the material for the gear, you could then end up using it, like I said, to upgrade your gear, which there's 3 different tiers of gear that can be upgraded. The first is the blue gear, or what you would consider pretty much rare. So that gear pretty much gives you level 1 traits, which are the least or the lesser traits, or just the weaker kind of traits of the 3 pieces of gear. Eventually you'll also unlock epic gear, which is kind of like the second tier of gear. In epic gear you could enchant up to like level 2 enchants. Level 2 enchants are definitely stronger than level 1 enchants. And then legendary gear, which you can find across the world in bigger chests by completing certain secret missions, or just kind of exploring different areas and finding chests within dungeons or cities or towns or whatever. Or you could also find collectible chests, which have a chance of awarding gear. If you want to end up increasing or finding more enchants, which each enchant has a random drop rate. But those enchants can be found through collectible chests across the world as well as different decorations. So definitely go collect your collectible chest in order to kind of get stronger enchants, which you could apply towards your gear. So definitely do that. So one other advice that I have is you won't have access really to the Phoenix or the Grapphorn until later on during the story. But once you get access to the side quests in order to save the Phoenix, or not, it's not necessarily saving the Phoenix, but it's more Poppy's quest, where you're searching for, like, I forgot what the name of the quest.
Is everything alright?
So the Phoenix side quest is called Phoenix Rising. So you'll have to complete that in order to get access to the Phoenix, which will then provide you with Phoenix feathers, which are used for the last upgrade in gears or in gear upgrades. So you definitely want to do that. The Grapphorn is definitely something you'll be able to obtain late in the storyline, like late in the main storyline. So if you're kind of having issues running in, or where you want to actually upgrade your legendary gear to like the last upgrade,
I'm sorry to
what
hear
you
that.
what you could do is go over to
fear, I'd imagine. I know you Hogwarts students
Brood
learn a fair
and
bit
Peck.
about caring for beasts.
So Brood and
Perhaps you
Peck
could
is
find my
located
unicorn friend and
pretty much
get her
north of
somewhere
Hogsmeade.
safe so that she can heal.
Here you'll be able to access the trader, where you'll be able to sell some of your unwanted pets, as well as buying a Graphorn material piece, which I believe respawns after a set amount of time. So you could end up stashing a whole bunch of these until you actually have access to your own Graphorn. So they are fairly pricey. So you, like I said, you could end up selling unwanted beasts, your babies that you breed within your vivarium, or old gear in order to actually purchase them. And that's how you'll be able to actually stay on top of all your gear in the meantime until you get access to the Graphorn. So, in this scene, you could actually see me run into Betty Bugbrook. Betty Bugbrook was actually pretty bugged in this situation. She was more ghostly than any other ghost in Hogwarts Legacy. So, I pretty much accepted a quest from a real life ghost.
I imagine she still has the brightest, most beautiful coat of her entire herd. Remember, you'll know her by her brilliant coat, and be warned, she's a stubborn girl.
I'd rather scrape cauldrons than work with.
I need to look for a unicorn with a beautifully bright coat. Sounds as if she's in trouble. What do we have here? A demiguise. Revelia. Mine now, demiguise.
I've heard that our dear... Well, hello there. Come in, look around, and if you've been eating chocolate frogs...
So, once you end up accepting the quest from Betty Bugbrook, if you haven't already captured a unicorn, this will be pretty much your opportunity in order to get 2 unicorns for the price of 1. Just during this quest, I believe that 2 unicorns will be present at the location, or at least that was the case for me. In other situations, when I ended up coming across the unicorn den, I believe that there was only 1 unicorn at that time. So this is definitely a good opportunity, like I said, in order to get 2 unicorns at once. I believe you do end up getting to keep the unicorn that you capture for Betty, but and you'll end up eventually taking it to Hogwarts in your vivarium. So I would, like I said, take advantage of capturing both of them for the unicorn hair and getting some of the needed material for upgrades.
Madam Bugbrook, I found your unicorn friend Hazel.
Oh, what a relief! Is she all right? Are you all right? Do you have a safe place for her to stay?
We're both fine, and I have a safe place for her at Hogwarts.
You've a kind heart, you do. I'm relieved and thankful that you'll take care of her. I shall miss my sweet pointy pony, but I know she's safer away from the poachers. Do give her a nice brushing for me, won't you? Take good care of Hazel now.
What seems to be the problem?
You may well ask. I'm convinced I saw a Grim, an omen of death. I'm not safe, but if it can't see me, I'll be all right, won't I? All I need is an invisibility potion. Yes, that's what I need.
Well, as it happens, I have what you need. Here. Not sure it'll help you, though. Be careful, won't you?
Oh, you're a gem, you are. I'll be sure to be very careful. And you be careful too. No Grim is going to get me. Thanks to you, kind child. I must insist that you accept this small...
If only Professor Fig could have seen that.
Revelio.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Revelio. Revelio.
All flavour of wicked.
Incendio. Confringo. Bombarda.
I've had enough of Belfrost. So I never have to see him again.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
So one thing I figured out about the ancient magic reservoir spots is that you could use your balloon. You could use your broom in order to just kind of touch the top of the spot, and it will award you with credit for grabbing that spot. So far, with all the ancient magic spots, I ended up most of the time, or pretty much all the time, I believe it gives you 3 spots that you have to collect in order to actually complete the full ancient magic hotspot. So if you're on the ancient magic hotspot, you could kind of see waves coming from it, which will then kind of guide you in the direction of the ancient magic spots that you have to go and walk over. If it's nighttime, or I guess darker out, you could actually see the light that kind of shines shines into the sky, which will then kind of guide you towards those ancient magic hotspots. So just kind of keep out for that. Those are a couple tips in order to kind of figure out where you need to go in order to collect your ancient magic hotspots, which I recommend doing if you want to end up casting ancient magic abilities more often, or just having the choice to.
That wasn't too hard.
Revelio. Bombard. Confringo.
Sebastian, a lost relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Veldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian.
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
Time? For what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
We just need to get Anne to the catacomb and work out how to make a dark sacrifice.
Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. Anne will only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, we could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse in a fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the Ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
Good luck with Ominous, until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the catacomb. Look for my owl. See you soon.
That's that. Settled.
So I ended up purchasing all the spellcrafts from Tomes and Scrolls. So I pretty much have my room of requirement set up. I have a few large crop plots, and 3 of the medium, the three sets of 3 medium-sized crop plots where you could end up growing pretty much any kind of like herbs in them as well, like I said, and a few of the large ones for some of the battle plants, because like the battle plants can only be crafted in large crop pots. So I just have a few of those since I don't really use some of the battle plants, such as the venomous tentacular or the chomping cabbage. I don't really use those that often, so I pretty much have more of the medium size to kind of get the other basic material for potions, just because I pretty much use potions more than I use the fighting plants. So one other thing I do is I make sure to actually have max potions on me of a specific type, especially the healing potion, just because on hard mode you do get damaged fairly often, so it's just kind of good to have pretty much all of those are maxed out, or be maxed out with those, just because you never know when you're going to need them or how long you're going to be out. And then once you kind of have like all your spell or your potions kind of situated, what I do is I kind of go through each of the potion stations and just kind of create more. You won't be able to pick them up, but they'll be crafted for next time you kind of come around, so you can kind of just refill or have some that are already kind of done. So that is one thing that I kind of do pretty much before I leave the room of requirements. I do collect like all my moonstone and make sure I go through collecting all my herbs and all the random material that I get from the hopping potions and or the hopping pots and the cutting wrench. So those pretty much have like, I believe 15 to 30-minute cooldown, so every so often, like I said, I come in and clear things out. So that is kind of like my strategy that I use.
Could the Phoenix be in there? Cursed fiends. the phoenix be in there?
Confringo! Confringo!
So the cave that I went to in order to rescue the phoenix, I just have to say, was definitely one of the better looking caves in my opinion. I just thought it was more visually appealing, and then also just kind of the effects when you actually encounter the phoenix was pretty nice. So you'll eventually see that when I end up getting to that cutscene. So in the meantime, I hope you enjoy. But just in case you end up coming to this cave, be prepared to fight a lot of ash wounders, as well as spiders. So just so you know, spiders are pretty affected, or fire is super effective against spiders. So Confringo and Inferno or Incendio are definitely some of the better spells to fight against spiders. Once they're kind of lit up, you could also hit them with another spell, and it does like explosive damage on those spiders. And here's just kind of some random tip that I kind of ended up figuring out later game. Is that when you end up encountering different enemy groups, at the bottom right of your screen, there will be certain like dueling feats or challenges. You want to kind of keep an eye out for those and do them as early as possible, because it is one of the requirements in order to 100% your challenges. And I believe it also unlocks a pretty interesting cosmetic. So it's nothing really important, but if you do want the 100% and some of the experience, I do recommend looking out for those in order to complete them. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And another fun spell just to kind of have in this dungeon is definitely the Imperial Curse. So you could actually make enemies fight each other, which to me that was definitely one of my favorite curses or spells in this game, was just kind of sicking enemies on each other. And I found that, like I said, pretty enjoyable and fun to watch, especially like when you kind of get multiple trolls or something in the area. You can kind of watch trolls fight it out, or some of the goblins, the ashwinders, whatever you want to kind of fight it out. And it's kind of like, I guess you could kind of compare it to a Pokemon battle. Either or. Enjoy.
It almost seems as if it wants me to follow it. I need to find it before the poachers do. Revelia. There it is again. Aloha Mora. can take you somewhere safe. This looks intriguing.
Did you find the phoenix?
Yes, Deke, and I rescued it from the poachers. I have it here. It's safe.
Remarkable. Well, what are you waiting for? Deke cannot wait to... My heavens. What a beauty. You keep it close. Professor Weasley and Deke were right to tell you about the Room of Requirement. Look at all you've done, and how many beasts you've rescued. A phoenix is safe now, because of you.
I couldn't have done it without your help, Deke. Thank you.
Deke is grateful for the kind words, and also grateful to have been of assistance to someone like yourself. Helping you do such good for so many beasts has given Deke a sense of peace Deke hasn't known in years. Deke will always be here for you when you need him. Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
So in this video, I ended up pretty much setting up each of my vivarium to have the automatic feeder in order to pretty much keep my beasts fed at all times, where they could automatically go and eat. So that is one less thing that you really have to worry about if you don't really care too much about taking care of your beasts. So it just kind of takes half of the process away. You still gotta like brush them and care for them in order to collect their materials, or making sure that they're well taken care of so that you could do so. So just make sure that another thing is, like, it's good to have multiple types of one species within a vivarium, but just understand that you can, or multiple of one specific type of species in a vivarium. That way you can collect multiple materials of that species. So you do just keep in mind that you have up to 4 different type of species that you can keep within your vivarium. So definitely plan accordingly. And kind of what I do is I kind of keep track of certain beasts and kind of keep them together and such, and I'm pretty much utilizing most of my vivariums to get the maximum amount of beasts and material, just so I can kind of keep up my production and, like I said, have the most type of output from each vivarium. So it's kind of more like a supply chain kind of strategy. But anyways, that's just kind of like what I tend to do. And you'll have access to like toys and stuff. I don't know if toys help with the beast care, because I think I've seen it where some of the beasts end up playing with the toys, but they don't get credit for the beast care. But I'm not sure if that was just a bug back then. And then lastly, I would say definitely check around your vivarium, because there's a couple of hidden collectible chests within each of your vivarium. I think there's up to 3 hidden chests. So that is just one tip that I have. Lastly, this pretty much concludes the video. I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. Let me know whether this is the type of content you like in regards to Hogwarts Legacy, or whether you want me to include more combat within videos, or just kind of keep it to exploring at times, or if you want me to do a little bit more quest heavy videos. Again, in the future I'll be doing a few other walkthroughs with different houses. So again, thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe if you enjoy, and more content will be coming out soon. Sorry for the hold up on this one. I've been kind of keeping track of, or trying to get a couple real life things kind of situated, but once I kind of get those things situated, it will be for the better. Again, it'll be for the better for me personally, and I'll just kind of give you some idea. It will be better for you guys as well. Just like I said, hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more community things, as well as put better content out there. So thanks again, hope you enjoyed.